In today's video, we're going to be comparing the Mobile Operations Center, otherwise known as the MOC, and the brand new Benefactor Terrorbyte. Both of these vehicles share a lot of similarities, and they're going to be compared to each other quite often. So today, we're going to be looking at how they're different, how they're the same, and which one is ultimately the best. So let's start with our barrier to entry here, and that is going to be price. Now let's start with the Mobile Operations Center. The Mobile Operations Center starts at a stock price of $1,225,000, but with all the upgrades, and we're going to be maxing everything out today, you can get it up to $2,790,000 available to purchase on the Warstock Cash and Carry site. Now, what about the Terrorbyte? The Terrorbyte starts at a price of $1,375,000, but with upgrades can go all the way up to $3,459,500. So they roughly start at around the same price, only around $100,000 difference, with the Terrorbyte being more expensive, but the upgrades on the Terrorbyte make it way more expensive when it's all said and done. So a pretty big difference right there. Now, the biggest difference you're going to immediately notice from the Mobile Operations Center to the new Terrorbyte is, at the end of the day, the Mobile Operations Center is a trailer that has to be hauled by something like a Phantom Custom or a Hauler Custom, where the Terrorbyte is its own vehicle, capable of driving itself with its own back. So that is one of the biggest differences right there, is that the Terrorbyte is a vehicle, whereas the Mobile Operations Center really, at the end of the day, has to be supplied with something that can haul it. Now let's start with our first test today, and that is going to be a speed test. So speed is obviously going to be very important with a vehicle like this. You won't be using it in races, but you will be using it in free mode and getting away from, griefers and other players. So how do they compare speed-wise? Well, the results will actually shock you. And by the way, I should note that these vehicles are both fully upgraded to their maximum ability. And the results, again, very, very shocking here. So we just did a simple drag test. The Terrorbyte is slow as dirt. And I don't understand why. The Mobile Operations Center is 2 times bigger than this thing, and the Terrorbyte is so slow, and I don't get it. It doesn't seem as if it would be that slow of a vehicle, but it is. I was so shocked by the first results. I was like, guys, we got to try that again. I physically can't believe that the Mobile Operations Center was that much faster than the Terrorbyte. And we even ended up switching out the cabs that typically haul it. We started with the hauler, then we switched to the Phantom. I was like, okay, maybe there's going to be a difference here. And the exact same thing, even with the slower hauling MOC vehicle, the Terrorbyte was still just utterly outclassed, which to me is absolutely nuts. I could not believe how slow the Terrorbyte is. So that is definitely not its strong suit here. Now, the next big thing we want to test in today's video is the strength of the Terrorbyte versus the strength of the Mobile Operations Center. So this is obviously going to be important as well. In free mode, you're going to be dealing with things like the Oppressor Mark II and other sorts of weaponized vehicles. And I'm not going to lie, I was a little bit disappointed with the Terrorbyte's ability to absorb fire. So this is a fully upgraded Terrorbyte, as you guys can see here, and it is only able to take 3 rockets, with the 4th one blowing it up. So 4 rockets blows up this. Now, to be fair, that is comparable to some of the other armored vehicles we have in the game, but when you compare it to the MOC, it's slightly interesting. So the way the MOC works is, if you target anything hauling the MOC, like the actual truck itself, it's going to blow up with 1 rocket. However, the actual MOC trailer can survive up to, I think it's 30, which is an insane amount. So that's where you kind of get the difference of, is it a vehicle? Is it a stationary center? So it is sort of comparing apples to oranges in a little bit. But if we're just going off of MOC versus Terrorbyte, the MOC can survive way more in free mode than something like the Terrorbyte can. So overall, I'm still going to give the slight edge here to the Mobile Operations Center, because even if the truck gets destroyed, you can just get another one to then go pick up the MOC again. Or you can just have it called back to your bunker. That's pretty straightforward too. Now, speaking of that, that's another difference we need to talk about here. Now, it's not anything that really separates these vehicles all that much. In order to store the Terrorbyte, you have to own a nightclub. The nightclub is going to store the Terrorbyte in its own unique floor, the 5th floor, that's specifically reserved for this vehicle. Whereas in order to own a mobile operations center, you obviously have to own a bunker. Now let's talk about some of the customization for each one of these vehicles because they are a little bit different and they certainly are unique. For the MOC, you can choose between 2 different cabs, the Phantom Custom and the Hauler. You can also choose between 3 different bays, a living quarter, a command center, a weapon workshop, or a weapon and vehicle workshop together, or you could do a personal vehicle storage. So you've got a lot of different options here as far as what 3 bays you want. Some combine into others, and then you get to choose between different colors for your interior. You have 3 primary options: black, gray, and white, with different options to go along with it as well. Secondary colors such as red, tan, green, and blue, and amongst a couple of others. Now, really, the only other customization comes in the part of some exclusive liveries for the Independence Day update, and also weapons. You can get front and rear turrets on both of the MOC. Now let's talk about some of the upgrade options for the Terrorbyte. Now, just like the MOC, you can choose between a couple of different colors: red, green, tans, etc. However, unlike the MOC, you can also choose an interior decal, sort of like a design you can see on the inside. Some of them you might recognize, some of them are simple like checkerboard patterns and whatnot. You also have a turret station. This is something very interesting that differentiates this vehicle from the MOC, like a lethal volley of missiles that you can launch. Same with a drone station as well. That drone station is something brand new and exclusive to the Terrorbyte. The weapon workshop is not. This is the same one that can be found in the Avenger and the MOC. However, the specialized workshop is new. This is where you're going to be able to customize and store the Pegasi Oppressor Mark II. That's another thing with the Terrorbyte, is it's the only vehicle that can operate the Oppressor Mark II. Now, the MOC does have its own unique vehicles that it can operate on, whether it's the Technical Custom or Insurgent Custom. So both are capable of customizing their own vehicles, but as far as the brand new Oppressor Mark II, you're going to need to own a Terrorbyte. Now let's talk about the last big difference between these two vehicles, and that is the missions they offer and what they do for businesses. So the Mobile Operations Center does nothing for your businesses. You can't resupply, you can't do any sourcing missions. What you can get is access to 8 mobile operation missions that will unlock discounted prices on some war stock cash and carry vehicles, like the Dune FAV and the original Oppressor. Those can only be done in the MOC. What about the Terrorbyte? Well, the Terrorbyte gives you access to a bunch of new missions as well, called client jobs. So these client jobs are very, very similar. They are launched by page, and they're sort of like mini heist missions. So very similar to what we have in the MOC. The big difference is the Terrorbyte actually allows you to resupply your various businesses on the go and on the spot, whether it's vehicle cargo, gun running supplies, biker supplies, special cargo, or just anything else. So that is incredibly convenient. Now, the only downfall there is you aren't able to buy supplies on the spot. You do have to go out and get the supplies. But at the end of the day, that is still a huge upgrade over having to go to each one of the individual businesses. So I think that is awesome right there, and it is going to be one of the big pluses of the Terrorbyte. So now let's talk about the Terrorbyte versus the MOC. Which one do I think is better? It's kind of tough to say which one is the best here because they offer so many unique things. Like, for example, the Mobile Operations Center gives you access to those mobile operation missions, whereas the Terrorbyte is the only place in which you can do the client jobs. It's also the only place in which you can upgrade the Pegasi Oppressor Mark II. It's also the only place in which you can get access to drones. So it has a ton of exclusive features. Let's talk about some of the things we can compare. The Mobile Operations Center is faster, being hauled by any number of the different options, and it's also stronger. So in terms of using it in free mode, you're going to be way safer in the MOC, but I think the Terrorbyte has way cooler features. Again, giving you access to the Pegasi Oppressor Mark II, the drones, the turret launcher thing, that's amazing, the new client jobs, everything to do with the business. So I think overall the Terrorbyte is a lot better because there's a lot of features in the Mobile Operations Center that are in other vehicles, like the Weapon Workshop is available in the Avenger. You can upgrade, for the most part, a lot of other vehicles at the Los Santos Custom Shop. You don't need the MOC. Really, the only thing the MOC is giving you over the Terrorbyte is those exclusive gun running missions. But if you've already done those, then pretty much everything the MOC offers, the Terrorbyte can do better in terms of an exclusivity standpoint. So whether you like this vehicle or not, Rockstar have made a lot of content locked to this vehicle. The Terrorbyte is going to be a hugely important part of this update. So even after everything I've stated in this video, if you want to really enjoy the After Hours update in its entirety, this is one you're probably going to have to purchase. So that right there is my comparison of the Terrorbyte and the Mobile Operations Center. I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments down below. Let me know which one you think is better and which one are you going to be getting or sticking with, I should say. Is the Terrorbyte going to be replacing your MOC? Are you going to be passing on the Terrorbyte? Let me know your thoughts, opinions more in the comments down below. If you did go on to enjoy this video, though, a like rating would, of course, be awesome. And also subscribe to my YouTube channel if you are new. You like daily GTA 5 videos like this. With all the way, guys, like I said, thanks so much for watching. Take care, and I'll see you guys in the next video.